Hi, guys. It is week 9. I hope you had an amazing, relaxing Thanksgiving break, and I hope you are recharged and ready to do some math with me. This week, we are working on true and false equations. So you have to learn the difference between something that is true and something that is false, and figuring out how we can work our equations to make are they true and determine if they're false, if they're wrong. So we are on lesson 9. Can you believe it? We're like almost, looks like we're almost halfway through our book. So making good progress. Lesson 9, session 1. It's Monday, page 189. Nice. And it has a parent letter right before it. So if parents need to know how to help you out, if you have these cubes at home, those would be great to use this week. I do not. This is page 189, and this is our try it page. So again, that's where you read the problem and you try it on your own first. So it really strengthens those math skills and your critical thinking skills and helps you really understand what you're doing if you do it on your own. If you just watch me, it helps you, but it's not as great as trying it first and then watching me. So it says, true and false equations. Yesterday, there were 6 girls and 2 boys on the swings. Today, there are 4 boys and 4 girls on the swings. How many children played on the swings each day? So here's your math toolkit. It says you can use counters. So if you got erasers from Miss Lamb, if you have little things like this, they work. If you have those cubes, perfect. So with a word problem, we need to read it at least 3 times. And we're looking for the numbers and then those word clues of how do we solve it? What do they want us to do? What are they looking for? So yesterday there were 6 girls and 2 boys on the swings. So I wrote a Y for yesterday because I'm showing you up here this problem. If I were you though, I would take maybe a pencil and say, okay, this is one problem, like this is one day and this is another day, because you're going to compare. Yesterday there were 6 girls and 2 boys on the swings. So you're going to circle 6 and 2. Then it continues. It says today there are 4 boys and 4 girls on the swings. So I wrote a T for today. You're going to circle 4 and 4. How many children played on the swings each day? I wrote up here each, and I'm going to put a box around it because it wants to know what yesterday's sum was. A sum means when you're adding them all together, and then it wants to also know what today's is. So T is for today, Y is for yesterday. Yesterday there were 6 girls and 2 boys on the swings. Today there are 4 boys and 4 girls on the swings. How many children played on the swings each day? So that tells me when they're saying how many, they want to know, and then if you look down here, you have a plus sign. They want to know what is the equation. So yesterday, the numbers I circled are 6 plus 2. And then this day I circled 4 and 4. So I could say this is a G for girls, this is a B for boys, G for girls, B for boys. Okay? I don't have those Mifix cubes, but I do have these. So I'll be using these. And, excuse me, I'll make red for the girls. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 girls. 2, 4, 6. And then I have 2 boys. Counting on is 7, 8. Remember, counting on is our best strategy. So I have 6 girls, counting on 7, 8. So now I know I have 8 total children that played on the swings yesterday. Now I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to do it for today. So I have 4 boys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's my 4 boys. Now I'm gonna see if I have more red ones. Let's see. Well, gosh, boys and girls, I don't have that many more red ones. So we're just gonna have to pretend, okay? Pretend with me. 4 boys, and I'm gonna count on for 4 more. 5, 6, pretend these are red, 7, 8. How many played on the swings today? 8. Huh. Are both of these addition equations true? Can you take 6 plus 2 and get 8? And then 4 plus 4 and get 8? Absolutely, you can. So that is how you would solve try it. Okay, hopefully I forgot to tell you to pause it and try it on your own, but that's okay. So that's one way that we would do that. Those are both true, right? 6 plus 2 equals 8 and 4 plus 4 equals 8. Good job. All right, I don't know again where my sock is, so I'm using my handy dandy Kleenex. And then we're going to turn to the next page. It's page 190 and it has a bunch of beads. So erase this. If you need to rewind it or pause it to write this down, please do. Some of you guys don't write it down and then you'll go back later on your own and be like, what did Miss Lamb say? How did she solve that? Well, if you write it down, you'll have it in your book. You will need to question how I solved something. Okay, so it says connect it. Draw pictures. Ooh, we need to draw pictures. They're telling us write equations. So if the book tells you, if the test tells you, you got to do it. Tom had 7 beads but lost 3. Oh, goodness. Again, I'm on page 190. So it says draw pictures, write equations. So I need to do both. Tom had 7 beads, but he lost 3. The reason why I put lost up there is because that's a word clue that I am subtracting. Okay, subtraction always starts with the biggest number. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I have 3 and then I lost 7. No, subtraction always starts with the biggest number. Plus they tell us he had 7, he lost 3. So 7 minus those 3 he lost equals, we're pretending like we don't know because it wants us to draw pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then I'm going to take away 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I can count how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 beads left. The next part says D had 6 beads, but she lost 2. So I'm going to do D's over here where it says she has 6 beads, lost 2. So here's my line. So you know which one it is. 6 minus 2 equals, that's your equation, right? We had our 6 beads, we lost 2. That means they go away. We're subtracting. Now I draw a picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're not going to erase when you are subtracting because I won't be able to tell what you had originally. Okay, I need to make sure that you're getting the whole thing. So when you subtract, you're going to cross out 1 and 2. Now she has 1, 2, 3, and 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. Do Tom and D, now I'm down at the bottom, do Tom and D each have the same number of beads now? Circle yes or no. Well, let's see. He ended up with 4, and she ended up with 4. So you're going to circle yes. They both end up with the same amount of beads. He started with more, but he lost more. She started with less, and she lost less. But no matter what, they both ended up with 4 beads. Awesome. On page 191, it talks about understanding. That's these green pages. It says, understanding true and false equations. Number 1, Think about what you know about addition and subtraction equations that are false. So false means it's not true. Okay. So think about the things that are not true in subtraction and addition equations. Fill in each box. Use words, numbers, and pictures. Show any ideas. Show as many ideas as you can. So I'll make mine match yours. And all right. So yours says, okay, it has false in the center. And then in these boxes around it, you could easily do subtraction and addition, correct? Yeah. Okay. So you could give some examples of false, which would be over here. It says examples. Some examples of false would be what? 4 minus 1 equals 2. We know that 4 minus 1, if you have these 4, and you take away 1, you actually get 3. So that's false. Same thing, if you do 1 plus 2, it equals 3, not 4. That's false. Okay, that would be an example of a false addition equation. It's not true. It's wrong. Okay, let's see. So on the other side, it says non-examples, and that means that these ones are true. So these are not, this is an example of what false is. So this is not an example of what false is. That means that these are true equations. Now I could say 4 minus 1 equals 3. Write this down in your book on page 191. If I'm going too fast, pause it and watch it again. So again, I'm going to explain that again. So these are examples of false. That means these are false equations. This is a non-example of false, which means it's not false, which means they are true equations. 4 minus 1 is 3. Here I said it was 4 minus 1 is 2. That's wrong. 1 plus 2 is really 3, but I said it was, oh, I'm sorry. These are the true equations. See, this might be not a little confused. 1 plus 2 is 3, not 4. So these are true, which are non-examples, and these are examples. And then it says in my own words. So up here it says words. And you could write false equals not true. It's the opposite. True and false are opposites. And then over here it says my pictures. I'll just write pictures. And a good picture of this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 1, 2 equals 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 2 is 3. No, it would be 4. So that's false. Okay, pause this. Take a picture of it. Or I guess you don't have to take a picture of it if you don't want to. But pause it and write it down. Okay, good. I'm going to erase it now. At the bottom, it talks about wand. So we're going to solve that problem before we move on. I do not like the way this marker is erasing on the board. It's leaving smears. Okay, we're going to switch markers. Number 2, oh, it's not Juan, it's Jun. Jun says the equation, 4 plus 5 equals 8 is true. Do you agree? So the first thing you do when somebody's like, this is it, do you agree? Well, first you have to find out, are they right? So we have to solve 4 plus 5, find out if it equals 8. So number 2, Jen says 4 plus 5 equals 8. We're going to start counting on with the biggest number. So we're going to do 5, and then we're going to count on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I now have 4 dots, and I stopped counting at 9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, 5 plus 4 is 9. Or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I get 5 plus 4 equals 9. So Jen is not right. This is false. It's not true. 5 plus 4 equals 9, not 4 plus 5 equals 8. Okay? 3 plus 5 would equal 8. 4 plus 4 would equal 8, but not 4 plus 5. So show some of your work when you write that out. You can't just say no. Because it's this word right here. You want to know what word it is? It's this one. It says explain. So you have to tell why. And I showed you why with 2 different equations, 2 different models that tell you why. All right. Ooh, these little strawberry candies on the back. Number 3 on page 192, at the top it says draw pictures, write equations. So your teacher is going to be looking for pictures and equations. All right, Laverne had 7 candies, but ate 4. So 7 is the number you're going to circle, and 4. Keyword is 8. Put a box around that. That means we're subtracting. So we're going to do 7 minus 4 equals. All right, we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 are left over. I could also do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could also do the number line. Start out at 7. Jump back 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I land at 3. This is minus 4. I'm labeling that jump. Minus 4. That's another strategy that I could use. I could also turn this into an addition equation. If I don't know what 7 minus 4 is, I could easily figure out what 4 plus equals. So 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 3 dots. 4 plus 3 equals 7. So now I know 7 minus 4 equals 3. Did I draw a picture and write an equation? Yeah, I did that a lot. I feel like I might have gone really fast with that. So again, feel free to rewind and make sure this makes sense. My job is to teach you all these strategies. This is a strategy, that's a strategy, this is a strategy. And then you can choose later on which one works best for you. But you need to practice doing all of them so that way you do feel comfortable and you understand and you can find the one that works best. Because if you just do this one over and over again, maybe this one makes more sense or vice versa. All right. Okay, here we go. Oh, I shouldn't have erased that because it's a 2-part. So she had 7. She took away 4. She ate 4. She got 3. This is Laverne. All right. But now we're going to talk about Mateo. Mateo had 5 candies. He ate 2. Mateo. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take away 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. He had 3 candies left too. I could start out on the number line. 3, 2, 1. Start out at 5. Jump back 2 spaces. 1, 2. Minus 2. And he lands on 3. Now at the bottom it says, do Laverne and Mateo each have the same number of candies now? Circle yes or no. Do they have the same number? Yeah, they do. So you're going to circle yes. Yes, they do. Again, he had more to start, but he ate more. She had less, and she ate, or vice versa. You know what I mean. Anyway, great job, guys. Welcome back. Tomorrow we're going to keep going with true and false equations. All right, see you tomorrow.